Okay, news flash. I wanted to make this is a good segment. It's about Muslims and monitoring mosques and all that. It's based on a New York deal. But here's a comment. It's a question that she asked him. Something that just came up, and I thought was really revealing. Fixing to hear that the president of a police association in London is scared to death that he only has 6,000 firearmed equipped police officers in the event that some kind of terrorist attack breaks out. It's just going to be a real quick Q&A here. One question, one answer. But what I want you to see is, can you freaking imagine if you were in a country that where the citizens have, and I don't know this to be true, but I'm just betting it is. In fact, I'm going to look it up before I post a video. But I don't know what the gun laws are in London, but I suspect that they're restricted and the citizens don't have guns. Otherwise, this seems like a really stupid comment to me. But anyway, here we go. Let's take a look at it.
I want to ask you about another report that we had today. This is overseas in London. As you know, there are a limited number of firearms officers, police officers who actually are carrying firearms and weapons with them. Roughly 6,000 or so is my understanding. We've got the president of the UK Police Foundation now saying he's actually worried that if a big attack goes down, that there won't actually be officers who have the defense mechanisms, the weapons on hand that they need to stop one of these attacks. What do you think?
Yeah, they would probably know best. I would think the more firepower you have, the better, because when these attacks, if they do break out, you're going to have people heavily armed, able to respond very quickly. And if your manned personnel are spread out throughout London, for instance, it's going to be hard to get that much firepower, those who actually are armed, to get them to the scene. So I would say, again, I don't want to tell the British how to do their job. They're very effective at this, but having said that, what I think is happening in New York City should be the model for the world.
All right, now let me make a point here. You heard what he said about getting the maximum amount of firepower out immediately. Well, let's look back and just study a little history for a minute. Pearl Harbor, when the Japanese came over here and totally decimated our Marine fleet, our Navy, totally freaking decimated it. That was the only thing stopping Japan from coming into the country and taking over America, or at least attempting to. But one of the Japanese admirals, I believe in the Air Force, could have been in the Navy, I can't remember, I have to go back and look that up, but you can research it on your own. He said something that made total sense and it stopped that invasion. And this is what he said: you would be foolish to try to go and take over America, because whenever you step foot on their soil, there will be guns behind every blade of grass. All right? Does that make any sense to you? Because it's not the military that they were afraid of. It was American citizens that they're afraid of, because the citizenry of the United States, still being a free country, maintains its rights to its Second Amendment. And the citizens of this country have, I've forgotten what the statistics are, but I think it's like 4 times more guns than what the government and the military has. That's who they were afraid of. Can you imagine if London has strict gun control? And you can look at the notes because I'm going to look it up. I can't imagine that they don't. And that's probably the reason why this police administrator is scared freaking shitless. Because if they really do have a terrorist attack and these 6,000 people, police officers, are spread out across London, they're going to be up crap creek, because their citizens don't have guns. And that's why the Second Amendment is so important to America. And that's why we don't have this particular problem. I don't know if there was anything else said after this. Let's see.
Going around the clock here in New York City and across the country, the U.S., folks working 24/7 to keep us safe, whether we see it or not.
Right.
We thank them, and we thank you for your time, sir.
Shannon, thank you, and Happy New Year.
All right, I'm going to save that as just a video for itself. And then whoops, I had to get a low battery. I'll save this and I'll do the other segment of this, including this little conversation, because it's about Most. I'll do that in a separate video. Thanks. If you guys like these videos, like and subscribe. If we get enough interest, I'll continue to post them. Thank you.